Hi, a warm welcome to all of you for our Marketing Mondays chat. Today's topic is reinventing the B2B marketing playbook strategies for modern marketers. To explore the topic further, we have with us Mr. Prakhar Sharma, who heads marketing at AdaniConneX. With a wealth of experience and a keen understanding of the industry, Mr. Prakhar has been at the forefront for crafting innovative marketing strategies. Today, he graciously joins us to share his insights. Mr. Sharma, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you,
Hi,
Mr. Raghav.
a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Mr. Raghav. Thank you for having me here. I look forward to the discussion and I hope I can add some value to your argument.
Definitely. So, to kick off our discussion, let's try and understand from you the key trends for shaping the B2B uh, marketing and how marketers can stay ahead of the curve.
I personally feel that the fundamentals of marketing have been the same for almost many decades. Right? Your job is to help the customers grow. But what has really changed in recent time is the towards taxation, the strategy we use to meet our goals. Now, B2B marketing, in my view, is witnessing what I call marginal cost revolution. Now, what I really mean by that is that your cost of creating content, your cost of distributing content, and your cost of collaborating with your peers, with your partners and customers has gone down significantly and is going down further and further. Now, on the distribution front, as a B2B marketer in the past, we used to have these industry events where customers used to aggregate and networking used to happen. Essentially, the influence used to happen at these events. But today, with LinkedIn, right, you have an access to customer pockets directly. You can directly access their attention and distribute stories and drive your thought leadership at a much, much lower cost than you would do otherwise at only at an event. So today, events plus LinkedIn becomes the new mechanism, the digital becomes the new mechanism for distribution. On the collaboration front, I think that because of recent IMV, social media, and rise of digital technology, collaborating with partners and customers, you can do almost in real time. You can co-create content with them that will help you humanize your brand, and that will help you create that multiplier effect of two brands coming together, jointly hosting a webinar or jointly telling us stories of how they help each other together. So this is the collaboration part. And finally, the creation part. And we are seeing that very recently with the rise of large language models, that your marginal cost of creating a content has reduced drastically. You can write a copy very easily, you can write a PR very easily. So essentially, your task, the turnaround time for content has become much, much lower. And what it is doing is that it has a massive potential to reinvent the whole marketing operations around artificial intelligence, which gives us a new way of thinking how we want to run our marketing operations. So these, in my view, is the main theme around reduction of marginal cost reduction that I'm talking about.
Fine, Becca. So the three things, if I want to take the social media, collaboration, and the creation, there are 3 points, the highlight of this thing. So to start with social media. So what is the role of social media in B2B marketing today in the current scenario? And how can marketers use social media to build relationship with their target audience?
So if you look at social media, right, it's a direct peer-to-peer communication. There's no mediation in it, which is an interesting thing. So because you can directly reach them, access them. So in my view, there are three aspects that usually come out when we think of social media as driven after the team, right? One is idea of social selling. Today, if you look at any B2B communities, you can connect with every other customer or potential partner in your B2B LinkedIn network in 1 or second degree of connection. So essentially, B2B communities are very deeply interlinked on social media. Your next customer can potentially be a connection of your employee. Now, what does it tell you? It tells you that your job as a model marketer is to make every employee a marketer and not just make it only a departmental job. Now, this is what I call the idea of social selling. You have to invest in employee advocacy programs. You have to nurture brand champions. You have to start marketing internships. Welcome other departments to do internships with you. Call HR, call finance, call operations, call all products and create content together with them. Now what happens is you create good content, you get more feedback, and essentially the employees also will feel more connected with the brand. So this is the social setting aspect of that. The other part that I feel that social media brings is the idea of social influence. As I said, communities on social, and your job as a marketer, a modern marketer, is to ensure that your community, your influence, customers, your partners are singing in relation. They're telling the stories that you want them to tell. And you're coming not just as one brand, but as a community, influencing new members trying to drive their community. So, as most of the customers today in the market, they're mostly out-market customers. They're not looking for product activity. But by coming to them as communities that are trying to help each other on LinkedIn or any other social platform, you will have higher chance of creating top of mind results when the problem arises in their work case as well. So this is the second aspect. And the third aspect is storytelling. I think B2B in past used to be a lot about product markets, used to be a lot about events. But now I feel with social media, if you have direct access to customers, it's about storytelling. It's about creativity. How can I be more creative? An interesting thing is that recently Cannes have introduced a fetish award for B2B creativity, which means can I now tell a stories as a marketer about how my product can help, let's say, an HR customer or a finance customer in their day-to-day life. They go to that same emotional roller coaster, right? How can I position myself? Now the brands have great done a great job. We are very focused on telling stories about our product trying to our customer. So this is the third aspect. Essentially, I would say it's about creating social influence, social sellings, and third, storytelling.
So it's all about how you are collaborating and creating in the social media. So nowadays being a lot of new technologies around, so you know how you collaborate with those technologies, reach out to more people, how you build the community, how you build a conversation around it. Is a lot of things are happening around. So use the potential benefits and challenges of using these new technologies like AI and ML in B2B marketing. How do you see what are the benefits?
I think as marketers, when we look at the moment of introduction of large language models in past, in future, and when we look at that, we'll see it as a very pivotal and transformational moment for us as a department, as a function, right? Because, as I said, AI is reducing your marginal cost of creation. Your LinkedIn post can be created in seconds now. Your copies can be created almost instantaneously. Your PRs can be made right now immediately, right? So what is it essentially doing? Your low-end creative work, we can automate. But it also tells you the fact that when more and more low-end creative work goes out to the world, the high-end creative work would require more importance. Because you can easily do low-end creative work, very easily you can get a copy out. But what about high-end creativity? What about telling real stories more creatively and more uniquely? Which also connects to the fact of attention economics. We are actually flooded by too much of information now. So that's why we need that high-end creativity. Now what it tells us is the fact that agency models or the agency's business model it requires a reinvention. What it requires is a new way of looking at your own content creation process and focusing both automating the low-end creative work and emphasizing and investing more in the high-end creative work. The second aspect that I see is that as marketers need to start thinking about how can we create our own custom models, right? How can these custom models be fine-tuned on my data? And how can I automate my targeting and personalization of content to my customers when they reach out to me with their queries or concerns or anything like that? But I think it's a great change, a tectonic shift for us as a marketer. The challenge still remains the same. The industry is moving really, really very fast. The innovation is happening everywhere at a pace that it's not easy to take. It's not easy to be completely always aware of what are the changes. So what is needed is that we need to have a focused researchers working on learning about what AI is and also the impact of it on marketing. Second, you have to skill your team, educate your team. And it comes also not just for training, but also the idea of change management. How do I change the way I work? How do I upskill my social team and create a new process? So it's actually an issue of change management that eventually comes us. But and I feel that in the long run, as I said, this will be a pivotal moment that we'll look back and say this really changed the way we thought.
Completely. It's making waves in the change that we see forward. So earlier we used to struggle. Where do I get the content? How do I create the content? Which content? How much? Nowadays, being these new technologies, everyone is like, I can create a content in a jiffy. Just give some prompts, get the content. But you need to see how. Even you need to learn the trade. What prompts you give and what kind of content you get and how do you consume it. So, being these new technologies on board, the rise of the content marketing is picking up very fast. So how can B2B marketers create valuable content that resonates with their target audience?
Culturally, things have changed. We are, after all, individuals. Well, what has happened is that we have entered the age of new and shunning, right? A new jargon comes into the market, people will latch on to it. A new idea comes into the market, people will latch on. And that's your job when you think of something. Your job is not to look at a hype and say, I want to follow this hype. Do that, but limit yourself. Your job is to create hype. Your job is to understand why it is getting hype. What is the reality? Because today's information overloads, in the world of information overload, it's easy to it's easy to follow a hype than to really understand what real behind it. So in this stage of noise, in the age where no is celebrated a lot, it's important that how do you create content by leveraging these technologies which nobody has seen. If your industry has never done a storytelling exercise, never done a creative art, do a creative art. Use VR. Use augmented reality if you have to. And I'm talking about B2B marketing. It's not that it is just something that B2C has to do. You take the learning from B2C. Because B2C has carefully built a playbook for themselves on creative plans. For years and years of investment that have been done. But for B2Bs, they are just starting. So how do you reinvent real estate business? Think of creative ideas. Look at B2C, look at more innovation. And that's how you create content that survives the age of music. And that's how you get yourself front and center in front of customers with your value. So I would say your core job is to create content. And second, I would also add to that is there's a lot of obvious content on it. Now, when I say obvious, your industry has your thought leadership blogger who should decide on something which is really insightful. If it is obvious for your audience don't think it. Like it's easy to skip. But if you're creating content that is really insightful, something that is non-obvious, and something you can stand out as a product and as a brand, do that. Because that's the only way you'll be able to differentiate yourself in this attention content.
So content is the backbone and even the front end for all your conversations, for all your marketing efforts in B2B. So we have seen how this B2B marketing has evolved from your traditional marketing, then the social media was high. Now in the current scenario, your AI models are making a big noise. So keeping all these things, the evolution of this marketing from traditional to where we are standing today, marketers have to build a strong and effective marketing teams to manage the process, to manage the evolution, to keep the content. So, and how can B2B marketing leaders foster a culture of innovation and experimentation within the teams?
I would say the best teams are diverse teams. And a diverse team is made of an artist, a hustler, a builder, a thinker, people who are experienced, people who are loud. You need to have this balance. Because when you have this diversity, it gives you new ideas. It makes the team challenge itself internally and reinvent itself continuously. So I feel that the diversity plays a very crucial role. Other than that, I think great teams are also somehow more than its part. Right? If I take an Indian analogy of a great team, they are very handy that at every marketing you have these people who don't know each other come together, create a pyramid of new and then they have to break the handy and whosoever team does it first wins, right? So what does it tell you about this team? Right? They have a clarity of goals. They know what they are pushing. They're deeply empowered. They trust each other on their shoulder. Right? And they all are leading from the past. And I think that's for any high performance team. Right? All these elements are existing. You have to trust each other. You have to have clarity about what you want to achieve. You need to empower everyone and then help each other when everybody needs it. Teams above individuals. That should be the core motto that you're doing. And I think this idea of collaboration, experimenting, or helping with the staff, I feel it's a great sign of a good team that can deliver the innovation, that can deliver the agility that we need within it.
So when you say diversity and even the innovation, we need people come together, work on a common goal. So different skill sets from different people, different teams. So what are those essential skills and qualities of a successful modern B2B marketer? And what advice would you give to aspiring B2B marketers who wants to build a successful career in the field of B2B marketing in the current scenario?
One thing I want to be very honest about, talent in the industry will always be in short supply. So for any person who's trying to make a career, want to make something in B2B marketing, or marketing in general, always remember talent is always in short supply. Nobody has the experience of building the future. But marketing has become at some point front in every conversation of the business. So in marketing, you're not today copy its strategy doesn't work anymore. It's about creating the thinking. It's about creating new idea. And if you have that real of creating new idea, which is that zeal of doing something new, interesting, and creating it inside, I think marketing is a great field solution. In marketing, it is very easy to become anything. You might start thinking what worked for me in the past and worked for me in the future. Now, the world is changing very, very fast. So don't be dogmatic about your thinking. Don't say, I know how to do it this way. I've done it in the past. Unlearn, learn, listen, adapt. And then have this idea of continuous learning within your team. And finally, which I've seen in my experience, something that differentiates good marketeers and great marketeers is this idea of first principle thinking. Always think first principle. Why do I need? What value will it add my customer? How am I thinking about it? And then have this idea of complete extreme ownership. That yes, I will make it happen. Because marketing is deeply entrepreneurial in its nature, right? It moves, the organization moves because the marketing team is moving the organization further. But this idea of continuous learning between ownership and first principle thinking, they all come together, in my view, is a good, it can be a good advice for someone who's trying to next year, begin regionally market system.
So there is always room for experimentation. What worked for me in the past may work or may not work this time. What will best for me this time may not work in the future. So there is always room for experimentation, and always there is room for first idea and the first thought that get you the good result. Maybe based on that result, we can build a program, but you can't just do a copy paste. कि ये idea मुझे this idea did work for me and let idea work for me again. It may or may not. So that's nice articulation from you, Mr. Prakhar. Thank you, Mr. Prakhar, for sharing your valuable insights on these critical aspects of B2B marketing. It's been enlightening to discuss strategies from modern marketers like you. So your expertise has added immense value to our Marketing Mondays chat, and I'm sure all our listeners would enjoy this conversation. And we are eager to connect with you again in the future. So thank you once again for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for holding both, and hopefully, I hope this conversation will be insightful for everyone. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.